Hey guys, welcome back. So today we are going to talk about storage. I actually already had like 2 videos on this that I had to that I'm remaking now because I got some more tins and I actually changed up the loadout of my army. Not really, I just got some more models and I've got more coming on the way, but it's just going to be 60 infantry and then a bit more. But let's start with this box here actually. You can see I've got some Skaven over there. Some dogs here, and then 2 servo skulls. Servo skulls are for command squads. These are dogs for the ratlings. And here's the thing: originally I just did 10 Skaven and roughly made them ratlings, but Skaven can also come with a tank stopper rifle and explosive equipment. So, and not only that, I think I mentioned, I'm not sure if I mentioned it yet, I got a commission recently for a big army from one of my buddies. And he has ratlings. So here, let me grab just a basic. So this is just a basic ratling, just a dude with a sniper, right? This is the explosive equipment guy, I think. He's got a backpack that's massive. He's got the ammo pack. He's got a rifle on his side. And then the tank stopper rifle has a bigger rifle. And he's actually on a bigger base. So actually, I'll leave those 3 there. So just to give you a rough representation, originally I made Skaven just as the basic infantry guys, so which we'll do this guy here. For instance, I made 10 more. But now I've actually got 2 new model styles. Tank stopper rifle and the backpack guy, and I made 2 of these. So I actually have 2 backpack guys and 2 tank stoppers. So just to show you that kind of. The backpack guys just have like an Italian backpack and some other pouches and stuff all over. Kind of like how the ratlings are heavily overpacked. And tank stopper rifle has a rocket launcher from the Ash Waste Nomads. Other than that, so they're all my Skaven, or ratlings I guess, are going in here. They also get a war pup pound thing. I'm gonna try and find, here we are. Here's the actual one. It's a cute little pug kind of thing, little guy. They're part of the commission, so unfortunately that's why I have my own version. This is my ratlings. I gotta make that guy's ratlings and paint them up. Sorry, my cat's messing around back there. I think she's trying to play with a bag of seeds. Sorry, just like the lid's kind of funky. There we go. So this is, sorry for the reflection. This is kind of the command box-ish. It's got my heavy weapons teams, and I'm getting a bunch of Italians. I'm going to make 6 more heavy weapons teams, so they'll fill in the last little bit of space here. You can see it a little bit. We've got all my forms of command, which are these 3 guys, right? 3 models on bigger bases. Then you've got, I've got my, what's he called? Slime Arbo. Then I've got a bodyguard Ogren, which this, funny enough, this is actually obviously an ogre from Warhammer for Age of Sigmar. I actually run my ogres as Ogren, but this guy's actually a mercenary model I have for my players when we play D&D and stuff like that. I've got, this would be my Lord Marshal Dreer, which, like I mentioned, I believe in a recent video, he actually attaches to a bigger base to make him into Lord Solar Leontis. But I actually thought I'd show you that. So, to show you that you can literally, like, this worked out perfectly, the commissioner, he also had Lord Marshal Dreer, or maybe just Marshal Dreer, I don't know, but he had Dreer and Lord Solar Leontis. So, let's compare them. By the way, I finished up this commission model. I finished up a bunch of his models. So, roughly the same height. Not the Dreer's slightly taller, mind you. He is on a scenic base on top of the fake concrete I set up. So, yeah, but yeah. So similar height. Width is definitely different. The base is the right size, as you can see. Oh. But yeah, and then we can set that aside. We have Lord Solar Leontis, who We actually did kit bash a little bit. I'm not sure if I swear to God, I recorded a video of this edit to show you this guy. But in short, you can see the concrete. And I actually replaced the Imperial Knight, or the Chaos Knight body with basic concrete, because that's what the guy who commissioned me wanted. He didn't like the Chaos Knight. Anyway, moving on. I'll show you the size comparisons later once we get to the base box. So, get that out of the way. Oops, sorry about that. This box will now have my Casterkin. I'm planning on adding another 10 of them, because Casterkin come 10 in a unit, and you can have 3 units total, so 10 more should cover, what, 4, 8, 9, 10, right? So you get another 8, and then 2 more. There might be a tiny bit of space at the edge here, but that doesn't really matter. So we got 20, soon to be 30 Casterkin in there. Again, this is more proof that all you need is Christmas cookie tins. This one I got from my buddies. It holds all my basic Ogren. So the other Ogren in the other box, that's the bodyguard Ogren. But these 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, there's 12 Ogren here. These can be run as Ogren or Bulgren. It doesn't really matter. My friends don't care. I generally run them as Bulgren, though. Because of the extra, they lose like 1 damage per attack that they take or something like that. This is my... Actually, let's set this one aside. That one I'll explain more when I get to the command squads. So the next is this one. I have recently corrected the base size of these guys. I believe I did a video on it. These guys kind of relate to that other box. These are the sizes of the bases for field ordnance batteries. And also those are the proper base sizes for sentinels. And as you can tell, magnetized on the bottom. That relates to... You know what? I will show you right now, actually. In fact, I'm going to keep this open. Just off screen. So let's take a field ordnance battery, right? Very basic. We can open up my black bin. This is a very thin one. This is just over 1 inch tall. This is my base box. So, every single model of mine that can be interchanged into a bigger based model has a base in this box. So this is artillery team base. The right size. I made sure to confirm with the finished artillery team base for the commission. So as you can see now, this field ordnance battery team, or field ordnance battery, turns into an artillery team. So it's almost like turning 2 kits into 1, spending less money. Like, to be completely honest, all of the bits here are just random leftover bits from other things, except for the cannon. This is something that could be more expensive. So let's change to something else. Something a little less, you know, because that's from a Macarius or something like that, which is a big kit. I didn't buy it. My buddy just gave me just that cannon. Let's go with this. This entire model cost, the biggest expense in this model was probably the bases. Because these bases were like $10 for like 5 or 10 of them or something. Same for these. This is the remnants of a old Star Wars spaceship. That one from the start of A New Hope. This was the back of it. I only had this bit, nothing else. When I found this, it was just that bit in my house. Anyway, the rest is literally like cut off cardboard, chunks of wood, plastic, Lego pieces. You can see the wheels are from a T-34 that I got given for free. Like this artillery team, this is essentially a free model that now runs as 2 separate kits, field ordnance battery or an artillery team, both of which cost like $80 here, so you can save your money that way. But anyway, you'll also notice 28mm bases, and here is Lord Solar Leontis's base. So let's shift all of this out of the way, pull out Dreer. Or at least what I'd run as Dreer. I would never run Dreer. Dreer sucks right now. I'm just leaving on the base because it's a really cool base and I want to tear it apart. And who knows, maybe Dreer will be good in 11th edition. So anyway, here are the 2. Funny enough, the base actually makes him just as tall as Lord Solar's head. So he's the right height. Base size is correct. And honestly, it's the same kind of idea. I think they look really good. But yeah. Anyway, so that's my Lord Solar / Dreer proxy. Let's move that all out of the way and get this base back. These 28mm bases will come back too. I believe they're 28. They might be 32. It doesn't matter. It's the right size. So I set them off on the side. Next, we've only got 2 more now. We got this golden one, which carries all my command squads since they have been updated. So, I'm not sure if I showed this already on a video, but if you saw it already, it has changed a lot. Sorry, my cat's just there. She may try and peek in. In fact, I think she's about to do it. Hey, kitty. Anyway, so you can see it's kind of changed a little bit. So, over here, you can see a lot more color. I'm not sure. I'm trying to get the camera to focus. It might be a little funky. Either way, the yellow are 6 melta-guns, blue are 6 plasma guns. I got recently, actually that's a bad example because that one's more kit bashed. I recently got a bunch of second-hand models, and in it were a bunch of the old Kasserkin. And you can see these guys are pretty cool. They had a bunch of nasty gunk on them that I had to clean off with a bit of isopropyl alcohol and just strip the paint. But now they're looking really good as elite forces. But these are my command squads. So, Cadian command squads can have 2 special weapons if you replace the banner. I'm not, because the banner is cool. But either way, you can also just change one for a melta. And Krieg squads can have a melta or a plasma, so that works. And here's the thing. So Krieg squads, I found this out when I was doing the commission for the Krieg squads, have a smaller base than Cadians. They have a 25mm or whatever base size this is. So this is actually, this one I kind of had to kit bash because I ran out of swords and pistols to go with it. So these are, it's like a veteran with a plasma pistol and a power weapon. It's actually something else, but I always run it as plasma pistol power weapon. Or whatever, essentially the best way you can run it, because there's no cost associated. All of these guys are 28mm bases. I've also got 3 medics, so I'm just going to grab this. You can see medics. I went with red with the white crosses on their shoulders. I think the red cross, like, copyright the red cross on stuff or something. So either way, I went with white crosses myself. But yeah, this guy's kind of yelling and so on. Then we have radios. I think these guys turned out really good. I really love this. My army is like getting bigger every single time I open these boxes. Now, I have 4 of them. I'm going to be expanding them to like 6 total. Maybe even more than that. I don't know yet. But these are using Italian bodies. What are they called? Conquistador arms. Well, actually, no. So this is using Conquistador arms in the slashed style of Empire State Troops, right? Because obviously Wargames Atlantic has released that to kind of be if you want to get their models instead. My cat is messing with stuff. Don't be digging in that box. Gotta take these back. Bunch of washers. Anyway, set that aside. So anyway, these guys go on my artillery teams and my field ordnance batteries and all that. We'll set them down. You'll see I have 3 banners and then 1 normal banner. So, the basing is the difference here. The size. These are 28mm bases, or 25mm bases, which means all of these are good for Krieg squads, which is then where we get these bases that I showed you, the 28mm or whatever, the bigger ones. Now these guys can run as Cadian squads, so if I ever switch back to Cadians, there we go. I went with 3 banners for Krieg squads, because generally I run Krieg. I don't even run 3 command squads. I just really like these models. They're really cool. And then I have 1 Cadian. The Cadian one I went with the best and the most official bits, like this, and the actual Cadian upgrade sprue, or whatever it is right now. It has the medics and all that. But either way, another important note here. Let's pull this up. Sorry for the glare. Maybe I'll spray paint the tin black. I used to have 3 commissars, right? I took one of them, and I really never did like him, and I never liked the new Bannerman I made. It's hard to explain, but in short, I just didn't like him. So I tore the two apart and put them together and built a new Commissar and a new Bannerman. So my Bannermen all are dressed in the Empire Greatsword bodies with legs, right? You can see them. And I didn't want to buy a whole new kit, but I was out of Empire Greatsword legs. Like, for instance, this was the actual body of the original Bannerman I used. It was an Empire Greatsword leg on Acadian legs. Or Empire Greatsword body on Acadian legs. I actually should also theoretically replace this guy, because he's still got the Empire Greatsword legs. But for now, he's fine. Either way, I smashed them up, merged them together, and made a new Commissar and a new Bannerman. And I really like them. They can be upgraded in their base size, as I showed you earlier, so they can be run as Kriegsmen or Acadians. I also have my Castellans here, who also have the Empire Greatsword bodies and legs. Which is the weird thing, because the math doesn't make sense to me, right? This is 1. Got 3 there, so that's 4 Greatswords. 3 more there, and another one. So that's another 4, so that's 8 Greatswords, right? But I'm missing the other 2. I have no idea where they went. What's she doing? She's a good cat. Oh my god, she's gonna take part in the video, I guess. Okay, anyway. Move back, you. So anyway, this is this box. And we'll put that away. She's probably gonna be sniffing around. Sorry, this box is a bit harder to move in and out, because this is an old medical kit. I swear to God, I feel like I'm getting deja vu. Like I already shot this video. Anyway, yeah, I'm not sure if I've said this already. I upgraded everything, so now all like they are. What you see is what you get. Yellow is Meltas, blue is Plasma, red is Medic. The frill at the top, the Roman, what do they call them? The Roman crest. That's sergeants. These guys with the metal backpacks. Those are radios. And then there's a sniper, which you can always tell because they don't have a backpack. If it'll focus, they don't have a backpack. They have a sniper in their hands. They have the, what are they called? Not RDD. They're the Italian frill things on their shoulder. But yeah. And that lets them run as Kriegsmen or Acadians. I'm going to be getting another 60 of these guys coming in. So I got 96 of them coming, 3 boxes, right? I'm going to make 60 more infantry, 10 more Kasserkin, and the rest are going to be various little kit bash things like extra. Sorry, I'm trying to get a magnet off of my. There's a magnet. You can also see it is an old medical kit. I'm trying to get this magnet that keeps going around off. Anyway, sorry, the cat's messing around. I'll show you her for the rest. I'm trying to get 60 infantry out of it. I'm going to be getting 10 Kasserkin out of it. I'm going to be doing the rest for tank teams. Hey. I'm doing the rest for artillery teams. And essentially I'm going to be getting 30 extra models just for the fun of it. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I reshot this video today, and I'm actually going to release it today, so hope you enjoy that. But yeah, bye. Please like and subscribe. Leave any comments if you like what you're seeing. If you have any suggestions, anything like that. Hope you enjoy the video.